Caitlyn Jenner is shocked that the administration she campaigned for is making her life harder. And I have a lot to say about this one.
Recently, I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. I sent it back. Comes back gender marker M. Screws everything up. So I fill out all the proper forms. I'm not calling anybody. I'm not calling the president. You know, I got his personal cell number. I'm not calling anybody. I'm going to see if I can fix this myself. Because it's not just about me. It's about all people in this situation. You know? So I even sent a hard copy of my birth certificate. Caitlyn Marie Jenner, gender, sex, female. I did everything. And they sent it back M. They didn't change it at all. So now I'm in a position, Tommy, that what do I do?
Right.
This is a safety factor, okay? I can't travel internationally anymore, okay? I can't use my passport.
You voted for this. You voted for this, Caitlyn. Caitlyn Jenner didn't just vote for Donald Trump. She campaigned for him. She went on television. She used her platform. She lent her name and her face to a movement that was telling anyone who would listen exactly what it planned to do to trans people. It wasn't a secret. It wasn't buried in a policy brief. They said it out loud, repeatedly, proudly. And Caitlyn Jenner looked at all of that and said, yes, that's my team. So here we are. Now, she did raise a real issue in that clip, and I want to take that seriously for a second, because it is a real issue, just not for the reasons she seems to think it only applies to her. A passport with a gender marker that doesn't match your presentation is a safety threat, like full stop. When a trans woman hands a border agent a passport that says M, she is now in a conversation she didn't ask to have in a country she may not know, with an authority figure who has full discretion over what happens next. We're talking about countries where being trans is criminalized, where we're talking about situations where that document is the thing that's standing between you and detention, between you and violence, between you and getting home. For a lot of trans people, international travel became something they can't do safely. And not because they don't have the right paperwork, but because the paperwork they're being issued now outs them at every checkpoint. And that's not abstract. That's somebody's mom trying to visit family. That's a college student studying abroad. That's a person trying to attend a funeral or a wedding or a medical appointment. I mean, this is real people with real stakes. And those people, those actual vulnerable people, didn't have Caitlyn Jenner going to bat for them. Oh, she was too busy reassuring a conservative audience that she was one of the good ones. That she wasn't like those trans activists. That she believed in pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, even when the system is designed to trip you. Now, I want to be clear about something, because I know someone's going to come into the comments and misread this. I support trans people fully, without asterisk. Trans rights are human rights, and I'm not doing any but after that sentence. But supporting trans people as a community does not mean I am required to extend warmth and grace to every individual trans person, regardless of what they've done. Caitlyn Jenner is a terrible person. She's a human. And she's a person that's record is bad. She killed someone. I mean, I don't think we say that enough. In 2015, Caitlyn Jenner rear-ended a car on the Pacific Coast Highway, and a woman named Kim Howe died. Jenner was found to have been driving an SUV that was too large for her to handle safely. She was going too fast for conditions, and she walked away. Kim Howe didn't. There was a wrongful death settlement, but there were no criminal charges. And Caitlyn Jenner went on to become a reality television figure and a political commentator. And Kim Howe's family had to watch that. You can hold both things. Trans lives matter, and Caitlyn Jenner has caused real harm and faced almost none of the consequences that a regular person would face in her position. Those aren't in conflict. What I won't do is pretend that her political choices don't have consequences for other people. People with far less money, far less access, far fewer options. When you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars and your passport says the wrong letter, you've got lawyers, you've got resources. You have, apparently, the personal cell phone number of the president, which she made sure to mention. I mean, most trans people dealing with this exact situation have none of that. They have a form they filled out correctly that got sent back wrong and no recourse. Caitlyn Jenner helped build this. She handed tools to people who were always going to use them on the most vulnerable members of her own community first. And now she's surprised that some of those tools have her name on them and they're affecting her. But I'm also not going to perform sympathy I don't feel. You were warned. The community you threw under the bus was warning you. And now your passport says M, and you've got a phone call that you're apparently too proud to make. Figure it out, Caitlyn.